Vitamin D can be dangerous.
Well, Christine, staying connected has never been easier. At every turn, people are typing away on their high-tech hand devices.
But at what cost? CBS 2's Dr. Holly Phillips shows us the injuries users are now suffering and how doctors are treating them.
Texting my husband, my friends, going online, checking my email.
Like many New Yorkers on the go, Tina Topovsky relies on her Blackberry all day.
Probably about 5 hours or so.
And eventually, she started to feel pain.
Tenderness in my wrist. I really didn't have full motion in my hand.
More people need to be talking to their job 24/7. People have a social life. They need to be contacting their friends and whatnot.
Dr. Stephen Shoshani is a chiropractor who sees these high-tech hand injuries all the time. Doctors say the so-called Blackberry thumb refers to injuries that result from hours on PDAs, like the Blackberry and Palm device, including carpal tunnel syndrome, tendinitis, and pain in the palm of the hand.
They have limited range of motion where they can't open or close their wrist comfortably.
Unlike a regular keyboard where the work is divided over all 10 fingers, Blackberry users tend to only type with the thumbs, so overuse injuries can happen quickly. But they can be avoided. Don't type for more than 3 minutes continuously. Stretch your arms, shoulders, and hands on a regular basis, and place the device on a hard surface or your lap. That takes strain off the wrists. Dr. Shoshani uses cold laser therapy and muscle smoothing remedies like the graston technique to treat the pain. And he also prescribes exercises for prevention.
Basically just stretching my thumb out that way, pulling it down this way.
And of course, Topovsky tries her best to do what we all find so difficult.
Obviously taking little breaks from the Blackberry.
The most severe symptoms of these high-tech hand injuries may require treatment with cortisone shots or a splint. But before you get there, the best advice may be to power off, disconnect, and take a break. Dr. Holly Phillips, CBS 2 News.
Unfortunately, easier said than done, right?
Yeah, no kidding, huh? But can you imagine seeing someone actually training to make sure that they don't injure their thumbs while Blackberrying? That might be one of the most ridiculous things I would have ever seen.
Sign of the times, Chris. Sign of the times.
All right, let's talk a little weather right now. Bring in Lonnie Quinn to talk about his experience.